Chosen one, receive this message meant for you, spoken gently yet firmly concerning your daughter. The next sunrise is not merely another mark on the calendar. It signals the turning of a chapter already authored in the heavens. Even if you have not consciously named it, your spirit has been leaning toward this moment for a long time. Nothing about this is accidental. Nothing is misplaced. This is alignment. This is sacred orchestration. Long ago it was declared, as written in Jeremiah 29:11, that the Lord knows the thoughts he thinks toward you, thoughts of peace and not of destruction, intentions filled with hope and a future. Right now, something holy is hovering around your daughter. A divine encounter is forming, ready to break into your life like a flash of light across a dark sky. This is not simply about what happens tomorrow, but about the becoming that is unfolding within her. She carries a key. She unlocks what must come next. Heaven itself has signaled that her season has arrived, and because her spirit is intertwined with yours, by calling, by covenant, and by the obedience woven through your bloodline, your own direction is shifting as well. This is not an invitation to panic, but a summons to trust. Romans 8:18 reminds us that the weight of present trials cannot be compared to the glory preparing to reveal itself through us. What is emerging now is larger than anything you once believed you could hold. Very soon, you will recognize that it was always written. Stay connected to this word until its final breath. Even now, unseen movements are taking place beyond the veil. As you listen, allow your heart to rise, and when you are ready, release your deepest desire in the comments together with the number 99. This is a moment charged with manifestation. When you speak your prayer with courage and love, you activate the release of heaven's own power. Remember what was spoken in Job 22:28. When you decree a thing, it is established, and light illuminates your path. This is the opening of a season filled with answered prayers. Chosen one, support this message. Stay connected and step fully into this awakening. Your daughter did not arrive by chance, nor was she placed in your life by coincidence. Her birth was not random, her timing not accidental, her lineage not mistaken. She is the visible expression of an eternal blueprint. Through you, she was selected for this generation. Within her lives, something fierce, something untainted, something sacred. You have sensed it. You have witnessed it in the way she speaks, in how she endures, in the depth of her love that needs no explanation. Perhaps the world has misread her, labeling her as too intense, too different, too sensitive. They cannot perceive what heaven deposited within her. Her spirit resonates with eternity. She discerns what others overlook, as declared in 1 Corinthians 2:9. What eyes have not seen and ears have not heard, what the human mind has failed to imagine, God has prepared for those who love him. She bears a heavenly mark. That is why everything is shifting now, because a spiritual threshold stands before her, and its impact will reach you as well. A divine impartation is being released into her inner being, realigning identity, awakening direction, and igniting purpose. And you, chosen one, are not merely observing this transformation. You are woven into it. You are the bridge God designed between what once was and what is about to be. Your prayers, your silent tears, your unseen sacrifices have not vanished into nothingness. They were never overlooked. They became seeds. And today, those seeds are blooming into the destiny God authored for her life. What is unfolding is not chaos. It is the precise shift your soul has longed for, even during seasons when your understanding could not grasp why the promise appeared delayed. Habakkuk 2:3 reminds us that vision waits for its appointed time, and though it seems slow, it will surely arrive and not fail. That appointed time is now. There were days filled with concern for her, nights heavy with questions about her safety, moments when you felt helpless, watching her face battles you could not fight for her. Forces tried to dull her light, mute her voice, twist her truth. Yet every whispered intercession, every tear shed in secret, every cry you believed went unheard was carefully gathered by heaven. Psalm 56:8 tells us that God records our sorrows and stores every tear. None are wasted. Every word you ever lifted toward God on her behalf is alive and moving in this very hour. Timing had to align, not only for her emergence, but for your readiness as well. She is stepping through a door reserved for the chosen, a sacred assignment set apart. And when her purpose ignites, it will not only alter her life, it will reverberate through your lineage. Isaiah 61:9 declares that their descendants will be recognized among the nations, acknowledged as those whom the Lord has blessed. This moment stretches beyond a single day. It is generational. Yet it begins with your decision to trust when sight is still forming. You will notice the signs. Her voice will carry new clarity. Her thoughts will sharpen with truth. A boldness will rise within her spirit. Do not confuse this with defiance. It is revelation. The veil is lifting. She is remembering her true identity. As it was spoken in Jeremiah, before she was formed in the womb, she was known and set apart. As remembrance awakens, healing will accelerate. Peace will settle her mind. Dormant dreams will stir back to life, and her authority will become visible. And you, chosen one, will witness with your own eyes the fulfillment of prayers you once whispered quietly. To the natural eye, tomorrow may appear ordinary, but in the spiritual realm, it is a consecrated turning point. Do not dismiss it. Speak blessings over her life. Even if distance separates you, even if silence has lingered, your words still carry power. Proverbs 18:21 reminds us that life and death reside in the tongue. Choose life for her. Speak in agreement with heaven. Understand this deeply. Some of the battles you have faced recently were never truly about you. The heaviness, the confusion, the resistance, these were attempts to hinder her before her appointed hour. But you stood firm. You remained faithful. And now heaven is responding. Your perseverance has touched the heart of God. He is about to elevate her in ways so undeniable that every voice of opposition will fall silent. Do not be surprised if emotions surface tonight before the new day arrives. This is not weakness. It is your spirit recognizing the weight of what is about to be released. Psalm 35 assures us that though tears may endure through the night, joy arrives with the morning. There is honor in the tears, strength in the breaking, and reward in alignment. You are not only a parent, you are a spiritual guardian, a keeper of legacy, a watchman for generations. Today, clothed with heaven's authority, you are ushering her into her next season with a strength you did not know you possessed. Not because of rank or title, but because of your heart. God selected you for this moment. He chose you as the vessel through which she would enter the world. That choice was intentional. Before you were formed, you were known. Before you were born, you were set apart. And now the child who came through you is preparing to reveal why she was sent. The shift has arrived, and tomorrow it breaks open. Your obedience has set the movement in motion, and heaven is aligning what earth has yet to witness. Prepare yourself. Everything is on the brink of change. The spirit realm is already rejoicing. Even if your eyes have not yet seen it, the atmosphere is vibrating with sacred anticipation. The eyes have not seen, nor the ears truly heard, nor has it ever entered the deepest chambers of the human heart. The wonders that God has prepared for those who walk in his love. 1 Corinthians 2:9. At the very heart of this sacred orchestration is your daughter. This is no metaphor. This is not a flourish of words. This is reality. She carries within her a promise, ancient, immovable, guarded by heaven across generations, now finally stirring to life. The world may misjudge her. People may fail to comprehend her essence, yet heaven has never turned away its gaze. Tomorrow is far more than another sunrise. It is the unveiling of what was hidden, the breaking of invisible chains, the emergence of something eternal. She is not merely your child. She is a vessel of covenant, a living testament to divine faithfulness. Life may have tried to bury her beneath pain, confusion, rejection, and fear, but the seed of God cannot be extinguished. It rises through the soil, not because she is flawless, but because she is chosen. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you to bear lasting fruit. John 15:16. Her spirit vibrates on a frequency that awakens what others have long forgotten within themselves. This is why forces opposed her, seeking to silence her voice before she even fully realized her glow. What the enemy did not anticipate was you, your protection, your faith, your steadfast alignment with heaven. You stood firm, chosen one, and now the heavens are poised to honor that. You may see scars, echoes of battles she never asked to fight, burdens of a childhood heavier than her shoulders could bear. Yet those scars are sacred. They carry no shame. They testify to endurance, and those very marks will become keys unlocking healing for others. By his wounds we are healed. Isaiah 53:5. Through her journey, that healing will pour outward. She will not conceal her pain. She will transform it into teaching, into rising, into breathing new life into those around her. Her ascent is not only for herself, but for every daughter, every sister, every mother who has ever doubted their worth. She rises with your DNA in her bones, your fire in her spirit, your wisdom illuminating her path. This is no ordinary shift. It is historic. The choices she makes now resonate with divine counsel. She awakens not through worldly knowledge, but through revelation poured directly from the Spirit. Pay attention. It may appear in subtle ways, an unexpected boldness, a peace that defies explanation, wisdom beyond her years. Do not dismiss these signs. They are confirmations. Her soul is remembering the assignment. Layers of fear, insecurity, and silence are falling away. That is why tomorrow matters. It is the breaking of a hidden curse, the liberation from silent chains, the commencement of a prophetic chapter, and you are not merely observing. You are woven into this moment. The prayers whispered in secret now manifest in the open. Those who plant with tears will reap with songs of joy. Psalm 126:5. The fruit is emerging, even if she cannot yet voice it. Her spirit knows your covering was her anchor, holding her steady through storms unseen by anyone else. And now the turbulence calms, not because the world has stopped its chaos, but because she is becoming stronger than the chaos itself. Her gifts are awakening, gifts of heart, of mind, of spirit. They will reveal themselves through encounters, through conversations, through dreams. Be prepared, even if her path diverges from what you imagined. For the Lord declares, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways." Isaiah 55:8. Do not fear the unknown. Trust the unfolding. And yes, with every awakening comes resistance. Yet pressure is the proof of promise. Turbulence is confirmation of takeoff. She is not fragile. She is forged, fire-tested, grace-empowered. The same spirit that sustained you now rests upon her. That which could not break you has become the very foundation that shapes her. A new generation rises, and it rises swiftly. Tomorrow does not bend because the world suddenly yields. It bends because she, chosen and prepared, is stepping fully into her divine design. It shifts because her eyes are awakening, because this sacred covenant you have carried has finally reached its appointed season, because the veil that concealed destiny has been lifted, and now she steps from shadow into the light God destined for her. As she advances, your own purpose is renewed, carried forward through generations by faithfulness that cannot be broken. The promise is not hers alone. It stretches to your children, to those near and far. Echoing Acts 2:39, the child once wrapped in your prayers now bears a living flame. Let no one diminish this, nor explain it away as coincidence. If your heart stirs as you hear this, it is because eternity itself is pressing close. God did not give you simply a daughter. He entrusted you with a living declaration, a mirror reflecting His grace, a movement poised to unfold. She is stepping into rooms, into opportunities, into revelations beyond what you can imagine, not for her own glory, but for the fulfillment of divine purpose. You were born to lift her, and she was born to shift realities. The appointed hour has arrived. It may come softly like a whisper, or suddenly like a storm, but it will come. Stay close to her in spirit. Speak life into her daily. Remind her of her true identity when the world attempts to rewrite it. Because you said yes to God, she will now live in her own yes. These are moments that defy explanation, moments only felt in the soul. Tomorrow will be such a moment. You will sense change in your spirit before your mind can decipher it. There will be a holy stillness, a subtle whisper signaling that something eternal has realigned. The world may seem unchanged, but for you and her, nothing will ever appear the same again. Destiny is meeting divine timing. This is why something has been stirring inside you. This is why this message has reached you now. She is stepping into a frequency few souls ever touch. Her life will no longer be ordinary. Her soul's alignment, her awakened purpose, her reclaimed voice, they are emerging in the unseen realm where faith shapes reality. We walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. It is not about accolades, approval, or recognition. It is about her reclaiming the woman God called her to be before the world attempted to redefine her. She does not need the affirmation of the masses. She needs only your recognition. That anchors her. You are not called to fix or control her path. You are called to see her, to honor the moments when her spirit ascends, even when no one else notices. Haven't you glimpsed it already? The depth in her gaze beyond comprehension, the way her presence shifts energy in a room, the flow of compassion she gives without learning it. These are not traits alone, they are divine markers. Tomorrow does not signify an event. It marks the start of an unraveling. The unraveling of every false identity, every limiting belief, every chain that tried to bind her. She may have worn roles that never belonged to her, sculpted by fear, shaped by pain, pressured into conformity. But now heaven grants her permission to step away. She is being reminded that she is more than her past, more than opinions, more than her own doubts. And you, chosen one, are inseparable from this story, for she carries not only your blood but your prayers, your steadfastness, your endurance. Every time you chose to rise rather than surrender, you carved space for her destiny. Every act of integrity over compromise planted seeds now bursting into bloom. Galatians 6:9 says, "Do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we shall reap if we do not give up." That time is here. There exists a version of your daughter she has yet to meet, healed, confident, bold, unstoppable. As she steps fully into that self, the atmosphere around her transforms. Old ties dissolve, fears release their grip, false identities crumble. This is not destruction, it is holy construction. God rebuilds from truth, not trauma. Within this reconstruction lies a mission far greater than herself. She will not only change her life, she will become a lighthouse for others. Her voice will guide, her story will heal. She was never meant to blend in. She was destined to lead. You were chosen to prepare her. Even when doubt clouded your heart and you felt unworthy, your faithfulness never wavered. Faithful parents bear chosen children. It was never about perfection. It was always about presence, about holding responsibility even when your strength faltered. And because of that faithfulness, the generational promise manifests in her. She carries not only your bloodline but your courage, your resilience, your belief in God's promise. As she ascends into divine elevation, remain spiritually awake. She may fall silent, withdraw in reflection, appear distant at times. Do not fear. These are signs of expansion, evidence of God reshaping her spirit. Her identity is being reordered by heaven. Silent presence sometimes speaks louder than 1,000 words. She will begin to move differently, in purpose, in grace, in spirit. Her choices will carry weight, her dreams sharpen, her hunger for truth deepen. Clarity will rise, the clarity you have prayed for. Proverbs 4:18 says, "The path of the righteous shines brighter and brighter until full day. She will not walk alone." The same God who carried you through valleys carries her now. Angels that watched over you at midnight are appointed to her. This is not mere breakthrough. It is rebirth, the awakening of her truest self. When she rises, nothing remains the same. Some will be drawn to her light, others will resist and fall away. Let them. What lies ahead requires purity of environment. No noise, no performance, only truth, peace, and divine alignment. Yes, it may bring tears. After years of praying, waiting, and watching, the shift arrives. Feel it, rejoice, for what unfolds is holy. You are not losing her, you are witnessing her emerge into the fullness of who God created her to be. She no longer hides or shrinks. She breathes freely in purpose. And as she rises, something within you will rise too. Fresh joy, renewed strength, a stirring of spirit long forgotten. Every delay, every detour, every tear was never wasted. It all led to this sacred moment. Galatians 6:9 reminds us, in due season we shall reap if we do not give up. Now, you witness the harvest, the living fruit of your love, the tangible proof of your prayers. This is legacy alive. This is heaven's response to years of unseen faithfulness, restoration, wholeness, and victory, and it belongs to both of you. As this chapter unfolds, your understanding of the past will shift. What once seemed random or harsh now aligns with divine purpose. Romans 8:28 declares, all things work together for the good of those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. And now the patterns reveal themselves. Detours were always divine designs. Her rise is tied to yours. Her transformation is not isolated. It is intertwined with your calling. This was never merely about her becoming. It has always been about both of you. It has always been about both of you growing together. Even the nights that felt endless, the silences that weighed heavy, the moments that seemed like failure, these were not cracks in your story, but divine stretching. The tension between two powerful spirits, each carrying their unique assignments, was necessary. Some breakthroughs needed the patience of seasons. Some seeds required darkness before the light could reveal their bloom. And now the appointed hour has arrived. Isaiah 61 calls out, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Your daughter steps into her radiance, not through shame, not through fear, but through purpose. When someone begins to see themselves through the eyes of heaven, they become unstoppable. Doors that once closed firmly will now swing wide. Spaces that once overlooked her will feel her presence. Hearts that once doubted or dismissed her will awaken in response. This is spiritual momentum, irreversible and sacred. You may feel awe, a bittersweet tug in your chest as she surpasses even the boundaries you imagined, holding her within. That is natural. That is love. Do not mistake it for loss. You are not losing connection. You are expanding it. You are not her past. You are her foundation. Every step she takes carries the strength you have poured into her. Proverbs 22:6 reminds us, train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. Some of her choices will surprise you. Others will affirm what your spirit already knew. Stay open, trust the process. Ecclesiastes 3:11 declares, he has made everything beautiful in its time. You do not need to micromanage her journey. Your role is to speak life into it, to mirror her when she forgets who she is, to remind her when the world blurs her identity. Through her, a generational calling awakens. She is not rising for herself alone. She carries a mantle for those yet to come. Isaiah 61:1 affirms, the Spirit of the Lord. God is upon me because the Lord has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted. Her life will embody that truth. People will find healing through her story, direction through her voice. She will become a lighthouse for the lost, a sanctuary for the misunderstood, an answer to prayers long whispered in silence. And this did not unfold in isolation. It flows from your steadfast faithfulness. You bore burdens in silence. You stood firm when collapse seemed inevitable. You wrestled with doubt in the dark hours of night. And now Galatians 6:9 comes alive. Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not give up. The harvest is here. What drained you is restored with joy. What you carried alone now multiplies. This is not just her breakthrough. It is your harvest. You may have lacked resources, support, or recognition, but you had the heart, and heaven honors the heart. That is why she will walk into rooms you never entered, stand on platforms delayed in your generation, not because you failed, but because you prepared the soil for deeper roots. You were the foundation so she could become the future. As she rises, you will feel lighter. Exhaustion will lift, pressure will ease. Because when God breaks a generational chain, he frees more than one soul. You will laugh again, dream again, reclaim parts of yourself buried under survival. Psalm 126:5 reminds us, those who sow in tears shall reap with shouts of joy. That joy is arriving now. Legacy is powerful. Not only witnessing someone flourish, but being restored in the process. She will open her heart in ways she never has. She will share fears, confess doubts, reveal pain. Do not fear. These are not breakdowns. They are breakthroughs. She is releasing, not retreating. Your presence in these sacred moments carries immeasurable weight. You may question whether you missed a chance, whether things should have been different. But hear this, you are not too late. Philippians 1:6 promises, he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. Your love remains active, your words remain vital, your time remains holy. Nothing has been wasted. God is weaving it all into purpose. Release the pressure to hold it together. Let God carry both of you. You have sown in faith. Now witness the harvest touching both of you in ways beyond words. This is not just a better season, it is a divine one. Few experiences match the power of watching someone you love step fully into their destiny. And when that someone is your daughter, it is almost beyond description. You have carried more than parental responsibility. You have carried spiritual weight across generations. Now in this sacred moment, that weight transforms into joy, momentum, revelation, and legacy. Yes, there were days you feared failure. Days storms stole your strength. Days the enemy whispered that you were not enough. Yet heaven saw your faithfulness, and that unwavering commitment made you extraordinary. That is why she's about to become a sign, a living testimony, not only to you, but to every doubter, skeptic, and voice that ever questioned her. Criticism itself will nourish her testimony. She rises not to prove anyone wrong, but to honor God's call. This season is not about seeking approval. It is about fulfilling prophecy. You will notice the shift. Her voice will carry new authority. Her presence will radiate differently, as though the world is finally catching up to the seed God planted long ago. Matthew 5:14 declares, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. She will be that light, a guide for the lost, a refuge for the rejected, a voice for the silenced. This is no accident. This is divine timing. It arrives now because both of you are ready. You endured the waiting, the silence, the confusion. You stayed faithful. And now the reward is here. Restoration flows backward and forward. Legacy breathes life into generations. And you stand on holy ground exactly where you were meant to stand.